One, two. 1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to House of Finland's long program. And officially we're going to start with the pledge. And then we have national anthems of the US as well as Finland. Please, the pledge.
We could all please stand, face the flag, put our right hand over our heart, ready to begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, our beautiful Queen, Carolina. And the next one is the national anthem. So, Wilhelmina, please. She is our princess.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, and the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And the national anthem of Finland. Oi maamme Suomi synnyin maa, soi sana kultainen. Ei kaksoa, ei kukkulaa, ei vettä rantaa rakkaampaa kuin kotimaa tää pohjoinen. Maa kallis isien. Ei laaksoa, ei kukkulaa, ei vettä rantaa rakkaampaa kuin kotimaa tää pohjoinen. Maa kallis isien.
I'm the queen for the House of Finland, and right now the House of Finland is serving pea soup, Finnish pancakes, and other goodies. So while the program's going on, you guys can stop by the House of Finland and get something to eat. Donations are the thing we're going with today, so stop on by. Thank you.
Thank you, Carolina. My name is Henry Subanen. I'm the president of House of Finland. This is my first year. So I saw this program last year, and we're going to continue with music and dance. The cultural type of program that is very typical in Finland. Those of you who have been in Finland have a little taste of it, and especially if you have been in there during this type of days in July, you would really appreciate it. Finland, of course, has many phases. We have the winter, fall, and the summer seasons. A little bit like in Minnesota, where so many of us immigrated. The people feel cozy in Minnesota since it reminds so much of Finland. And I think we have one common thing as well. We have a lot of mosquitoes there. Some of you recognize that very well. When I'm talking about the Finnish seasons, if something in Finland I would like to bring to your attention is the beautiful nature. Let's not forget about Nokias and Angry Birds and all these achievements that we have done during those years, and the wealth nowadays in our country, which is pretty overwhelming, as in all European or Scandinavian countries in their own way. But the nature really is something that we can be in Finland very proud of. And our House of Finland, kind of represents that. It's very light. You can see the furniture from the birch trees, and so all kind of with the beauty of nature and House of Finland, they all go in together. And I hope that you have a chance to visit our house and find there some goodies. We also we had a woman president for 12 years, and nowadays we have Sauli Niinistö, who is our president, but before that Tarja Halonen was for 12 years our president, and I think it's also a sign that Finland has this attitude that already in 1906 women got the rights of vote among the first countries in the world. That's also a sign of really being in the forefront in this respect. Today's program, like I said, we're going to have music and dance, very natural, cultural, and we're going to start with Katirilli and then continue with others. And Stephanie will come here and introduce Katirilli. Tervetuloa, once more, welcome everybody. as you can hear, we have a R, tervetuloa. In Finnish language, we don't roll the R. So, tervetuloa once more. Thank you. Kiitos.
All right, raise your hand if you're Finnish. Woohoo! Come on, let's see. Oh, yay. Raise your hand if you want to be Finnish. That's me. So this is Cutino. We are from Southern California. We're going to be performing dances from Finland. But before we start, just want to talk to you a little bit about Finland. I'm not Finnish. I don't have one drop of Finnish in my blood, but I am a Finnish wannabe. And why is that? Because Finland is not only a beautiful, physically beautiful country, but the people are the most warm, welcoming, and the most fun of all of the Scandinavian and Nordic countries. So if you want to party hardy, find a Finn. No joke. So Finland has had a lot of influences in its very short, it's actually 100 years, less than 95 years old. And as a result of that, it has a lot of influence from different countries. So it has influences from the West and Sweden, which I know people from Finland don't like me to say this, but really conquered Finland and owned Finland for a very long time. And then it has a lot of influence from the East, from Russia. So I want to talk about costumes. Can we do that real quick? So the costumes are very Swedish-like in that they have a lot of weaving, which is very Swedish. So if you have a non-Karelian costume, can you come forward? Oh, sorry. So as you look at these costumes, you see that there's a lot of color in them. There's a lot of color. So a lot of weaving was done at home. This is very, very Swedish and very typical of Swedish. But then you have to look at the shoes. These shoes are not typical Swedish. If you're from the West, if you have any influence from the West, your shoes are black. And you have a little bit of a toe, and I'll talk about that in a moment. Thank you. Beautiful costumes, right? Beautiful. All right. If you have Karelian or from Russia, part of Finland is still currently owned by Russia. So come on forward. So these costumes have more influence from the eastern part or from Russia. So the headband types, but notice the shoes are brown. So that's how you can tell if it's a Western or an Eastern. And I like these costumes a lot because you can really see the men's calves. Kind of it turns me on. Okay, what can I say? Thank you very much. All right, thanks. So these are all wool costumes, and yes, they are quite warm. So I'm going to be talking between each dance to tell you not only a little bit about the dance, but also to give the dancers just a little breather. All right. All right, so we're going to start. Ratikon is a very typical piece of music and a very typical dance, very old and traditional dance from Finland. So you might, if you're Finnish and you have some age on you, not saying you're old, but you might know this song, and we would ask that you sing if you know the words. We're going to be dancing, so we can't sing and dance at the same time, but we hope that you will sing. This is Ratikon. So that had a little polka in it, but it wasn't a traditional polka, or one that you might see. It was a Finnish polka. Feet together, you're bouncing a lot. It's cold in Finland. How do you warm up? You dance. And in fact, in Finland, they dance all the time, social dances. So you can go to a dance floor every Saturday night and do hupa and waltz and yankas for hours. Those Finns, they're so much fun. So we're now going to the eastern part of Finland, which is actually no longer part of Finland, but it's called Karelia. That's the Finnish name for it. It's still in Russia right now. And the dance we're going to do is called Kazakh. Now you will look at it and you'll say, oh, that's so Russian. And we'll say, no, it's Finnish. Did it look Russian to you? No, because what is it? It's Finnish, that's right. Well, Finns have been immigrating out of Finland for a long time and have come to many different places. And the United States is one of those places. There is a huge push in Finland for the arts. And in fact, the Finnish government pays a lot of money to continue the arts. And so Mila Korja and Petri Kauppinen, two of the top and cutest choreographers, came to the United States for a master's degree at Irvine. And they created what they call American Arku, which is the coming of the immigrants to the United States. And it was a very long suite. We're going to do one of those dances. Yes? Oh my goodness, I was right. Whew. We're going to do the American Arku waltz, which just talks about how when the Finns came, we welcomed them and we wanted to integrate them. And so this is one of the waltzes that we might have taught the Finnish immigrants. This is the American Arku waltz. Wow. went to Australia, to a Fin Fest in Australia, where there are 8,000 Finns. And they all came to Sydney one weekend, and there was Finnish everywhere, hardly any English. It was lovely. And they're cute. Oh my gosh. All right. So I have a fetish for Finns. What can I tell you? So, as I said, in Finland, they really support the arts and have choreographers for folk dancing. Antti Savalampi is one of those choreographers, and he's been choreographing dances for maybe 50 or 60 years. One of the most sought-after choreographers. And we were lucky enough to learn a dance when he came over to teach it to us. He called it, Kahjalaisen Mubbu. I'm working on my Finnish. How was that? Pretty close? Oh, good? Oh, gosh. Huppu, it's supposed to mean jump. We have yet figured out where that comes from because this is a very slow and stately dance as a waltz, but there's really not much waltz in it. So enjoy this dance. This is Kahjalaisen Mubbu. Did the band not do a fabulous job on that tune? Can we just give them a nice round? That was just fabulous. All right, so the kind of theme today is Finns leaving Finland. Although there still are 4 to 5 million Finns in Finland, but that's like the equivalent 5 million, 4.5. We're going to argue about how many Finns there are still left in Finland, but let me just tell you this. There are more people in LA than there are in Finland, so you can go miles and miles without seeing a person. But you really do want to see the people because they are fun. But it's such a beautiful country. Why people left was many times because of economics. And they left for places that were very much like home, Minnesota and Canada. So the next piece of music that's going to be played is called Eilen Polka, which is also the name of the dance. But the music was written by an American of Finnish descent, or a Finnish American. The dance, however, was choreographed by a Canadian Finn. So it really shows you that the Finns are still in contact with their roots, but they are lending it to the North Americans for a bit. So we really appreciate this. The dance is called Eilen Polka. It has a lot of polka steps in it. It's very much like a quadrille. And as I said in the very beginning, Finns had influences from the west, Sweden, and influences from the east in Russia. But from dancing, they had influences from the south in France and did a lot of quadrilles. So in this way, this dance kind of reminds me of a quadrille. Quadrille being 4 couples. This dance is for 4 couples with all these different patterns. And so we're going to show you Eilen Polka, which has got polka steps in it, Finnish polka steps in it, but looks like a quadrille from France. But the music was written by an American Finn and choreographed by a Canadian Finn. How international can it get? We hope you enjoy this dance. steps were there? Don't ask me, too many to count. Here we go. So, Finland has many folk dance festivals every single year. A great time to learn dances, a great time to do dances, to watch dances, and to drink. Not in that order. And then in 2009, Finland hosted what's called Nordlake. Nordlake is a huge 6,000 person festival. It travels every 3 years to a different Scandinavian or Nordic country. So it'll be in Sweden 1 year, then in Norway, then in Denmark, and then in Finland. Well, it came to in 2009, it actually came to Finland, to Lahti, and we went. And they have a dance with every single dancer there, about 3,000 dancers. So I want you to picture 3,000 dancers doing this dance. Can you do that? The dance is called Tyttö Issa Kivellä, which means lady in a river. What she's doing there, I don't know, and I don't think I want to know. But the dancers represent a river. So I want you to picture this river. And I want you to picture 3,000 dancers doing this dance. It was quite spectacular. It was also quite cold. So, and we froze. But we enjoyed it. This is our last number. We are the Cutino folk dancers from Southern California. We're based in Los Angeles and the Orange County area. We came down just for this. And we hope that you will stop in the House of Finland and try some of the most delicious treats you'll ever want to eat and the best pea soup. We hope that you'll leave a donation there. And before we start, can we just thank one more time the Gamo Dance Band, who's done a fantastic job today. We do rent out, by the way. You can rent us for an occasion, whether it's just a party or anything else. We are rentable. So this is our last number, Tyttö Issa Kivellä. This is Lady in the River.
Thank you, Cutino dancers and musicians. Once more, let's give them a big hand. This is very, very rare. I haven't said this for a while. I've been in San Diego for 20 years. A few more details about Finland. Forgot to mention in the beginning is that we have 60,000 lakes. It's okay, it's a number. 60,000 lakes, but Finland also is known for that. And we have about 130,000 islands. The country is the size of England. So, and about 5 million of us there. So, just to give a little proportion of it, it's now we're there again this summer, and it's very quiet everywhere. It's like, where is everybody? All the time, because you're used to a lot of people here, especially in Southern California, where I have always lived in the American. So, and the next performance is, and by the way, this is for all the children. I think it's worth waiting to the end of the program. There's a special guest coming. Right, as we are changing the setting here, I would like to introduce Merja. Here we have Merja Soria, and she will continue our musical program, and I'd like you to introduce yourself and a little bit about your music. She's going to be setting up some stuff here. So any questions about Finland? I appreciate the little history of what Stephanie had to say about our country. We are between East and West. We have been under Sweden for 600 years, under the Kingdom of Sweden. And the King of Sweden lost Finland to Russian Tsar in early 1800s, and so Finland was under the Tsar for about 110 years. And then we got our independence 1917. So that's a little history blimp for everybody. Yes, please. Nikki Finn. I think I need to include women in this question. Nikki Finn has anything to do with Finland? No. I don't think so. But Kimi Räikkönen has. He's our Formula driver. Yes, there's another question. Miss Old. Okay. Translated, where's the beer? All right, you're getting better in Finnish. Hyvä, Minska.
Ready to move? Rock on. Don't leave, Lily.
Where's that walking, Lily? Rob, I like that. Take your dress down. from the west coast of Finland, because as you heard with the introduction to the dancers, we have a strong influence coming from both directions, both from west through Sweden and then both from also from east through Russia. And we have a little bit of feedback. Let me try the other mic. I would like to tell you about this instrument that I am holding here. In my hand, it's called kantele, and it's a very special instrument of my country. It's a very old instrument, it's about 2,000 years old. And the Finnish folk poetry tells that the very first kantele was made from the bones of a fish. And the strings from the hair of young maidens. And when the first kantele was played for the first time, the sound was so beautiful that everybody started to cry and the tears rolled into the ocean. And when they touched the water of the sea, they turned into beautiful blue pearls.
Kultani kanssa kahvia, tietää tanssin melkutusta. Kultani kanssa kahvia, ei oo sun rinnassas niin kiiltävää nahvia. Ei oo sun rinnassas niin kiiltävää nahvia. Kultani kanssa kahvia, mieltä tanssin melkutusta. Kultani kanssa kahvia, ei oo sun rinnassas niin kiiltävää nahvia. Ei oo sun rinnassas niin kiiltävää nahvia. Ei oo sun rinnassas niin kiiltävää nahvia.
Thank you.
Going back
then I would like to sing you a beautiful song that my dad always used to sing to me when I was little. It's called Sing to Me, and the lyrics in this song say that sing to me, sit in my lap and sing to me, sing to the others, sing to the world, because if you stop singing, your heart will become too old, too soon. Laula tyttö sinisilmä, punaposki ruususu. Istu tuohon polvelleni, siinä on sulle laulupuu. Laula muille maailmalle laulele, ettei ennen aikojansa sydämemme vanhene. Laula tyttö, ettei suuraa otsaa ryppyiseksi saa, ettei murhe mieltä murra, toivo päivän kirkasti. Laula muille maailmalle laulele, ettei ennen aikojansa sydämemme vanhene. Laula tyttö sinisilmä, punaposki ruususu. Istu tuohon polvelleni, siinä on sulle laulupuu. Laula muille maailmalle laulele, ettei ennen aikojansa sydämemme vanhene. Then a song again from the west part of Finland, which I would like to invite you to participate with me. You can help me to keep the beat by clapping your hands in this rhythm. Go 1 and 3, 1 and 3, 1 and 3. Come on, everybody. 1 and 3, 1 and 3, 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anna iloinen olla, koska suru tulee, anna hänen mennä. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anna iloinen olla, koska suru tulee, anna hänen mennä. Parmat ne laulaa, 4 hiirtä hyppelee. Kissi lyöpi tummun päälle ja koko maailma kauhaa. Parmat ne laulaa, 4 hiirtä hyppelee. Kissi lyöpi tummun päälle ja koko maailma kauhaa. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me be happy when the sorrow comes. Just let it pass. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me be happy when the sorrow comes. Just let it pass. Parmat ne laulaa, 4 hiirtä hyppelee. Kissi lyöpi trummun päälle ja koko maailma kauhaa. Parmat laulaa, 4 hiirtä hyppelee. Kissi lyöpi trummun päälle ja koko maailma kauhaa. Thank you very much. My last song, I would like to invite all the Finnish people here in the audience to join me. It's a very old, very well-known Finnish tune called Talvella Talikkalan markkinoilla. Talvella Talikkalan markkinoilla ja kesällä Tampereella. Talvella Talikkalan markkinoilla ja kesällä Tampereella. Heilini soitteli Saksan polkkaa elämäni kanteleella. Heilini soitteli Saksan polkkaa elämäni kanteleella. Ja niinhän se meidän väli oli ennen lämpöinen kuin maito. Niinhän se meidän väli oli ennen lämpöinen kuin maito. Sulla oli halu halata ja mulla oli siihen taito. Sulla oli halu halata ja mulla oli siihen taito. No kävellessä heilani harmaissa vaatteissa kyllä sä mulle kelpaat. Kävellessä heilani harmaissa vaatteissa kyllä sä mulle kelpaat. Sehän nyt on sama, jos on 100 markkaa rahaa taikka velkaa. Sehän nyt on sama, jos on 100 markkaa rahaa taikka velkaa. Talvella Talikkalan markkinoilla ja kesällä Tampereella. Talvella Talikkalan markkinoilla ja kesällä Tampereella. Heini soitteli Saksan polkkaa elämäni kanteleella. Heini soitteli Saksan polkkaa elämäni kanteleella. I would also like to let you know that if you would like to listen to some more Finnish music when you go home or when you are on your way driving to home, I have a few CDs available, so please come and ask me about those if you are interested. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mirja. Very much as well. Let's give her one more time. The last song was familiar to me especially, so that's one of those evergreens in Finland, Talikkalan. So the next performer we have here is Jasperi, is his name, and he will play something which is very memorable. And Jasperi, do you want yourself to introduce what you're going to play, please? Yes.
I'm going to play Finlandia.
This is the one that brings all the memories from Finland, of course, being in Sibelius. Short and sweet. Thank you very much. We're going to continue with the coming generation, we are going to have Julie to play her clarinet. And please can you also tell us what you're doing? Flute. What did I say? Clarinet? Flute. We have another clarinet player. So it's going to be Tuuli and flute.
Thank you, Nick. Did anyone recognize that last song? It was called Finlandia. All right. So next we have a very special guest all the way from Finland. So if everyone could look over there by the House of Finland. Who's that? It's Santa Claus. Now everyone knows that Santa Claus lives in Finland, of course. And he's here to tell everybody and tell them about what he does. Tervetuloa.
Terveisiä Korvatunturilta. I can speak some English. Korvatunturi is in Finland, in Lapland. So regards from Finland and Lapland to all, especially small children. And for the small children, Santa of course has something to give. Santa is always about giving.
Yeah.
The reason Santa has been able to come here of course, is that all the elves are producing all those magnificent toys at the moment. We are very, very busy. But Santa had an opportunity to come here for a little vacation. And of course, San Diego is the most beautiful, one of the most beautiful places that Santa can visit. So I chose this place for my little vacation. I would like to ask any one of you who would like to get something from Santa to come over here and pick up a little gift, please. Kids, you don't have to be shy. Santa is a nice old man.
Nice old man.
See you, Chris, in a few months. See you in December. Hello. Hello, everybody.
Very good.
So, hello.
I have people.
Hey, hey.
It's my picnic.
Hello. And now, when all the kids have hopefully come forward, it's parents and adults' turn. Anybody? Please? Santa is very generous today. Just for you. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, my friend. Oh, your friend, my brother. See you again in December. See you on the 25th. Absolutely. Yeah, well. Hello. See you in December again. Thanks to hello.
How do you want this? That's why I do so long I go. So we're going to get a picture. Get a picture of that. See that? Good. I just do recognize it right away.
See you in December again. See you in December. Very good. Few months.
Santa is also here to remind you, coming up the first weekend in December, the House of Pacific Relations hosts our International Christmas Festival. We hope you'll all join us.
You from San Diego? I am. This is
All right, thank you everybody for seeing Santa. And Santa will go back to House of Finland and use his reindeer plane to disappear. So no use to come after me. I will just disappear with my reindeer plane. So see everybody in December. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Santa Claus. So this has been it for the House of Finland Lawn program. We'd like to thank all of you for coming. And we'll see you next year. The House of Finland is open every Sunday from 12 to 4. Thank you.
And don't forget next Sunday, the House of Turkey has their lawn program.
Sunday,